Hi guys, Rumblysuperset here, back again, talking about a lot of stuff here today for Bro Talk number, I think 17, 18. Gonna be talking about Apex and the merger with Enix. That's some pretty big news, and I'm super excited to announce some stuff in the near future as far as that goes, and also the stuff I want to talk about of why we did it here today. And then we're gonna be talking about our band. There's gonna be a $100 worth of gift card giveaways on band. So definitely check it out if you're not, or if you are interested. I was gonna say if you're not interested. If you are interested, definitely check it out on band. And then we're gonna be talking about how I've been sick and what that caused as far as workflow, efficiency, and just in general, why there's been a lack of videos. And well, I pretty much just said it because I was sick, but we'll go in more detail. But we'll go ahead and talk about finally a few tidbits of information I have as far as some event that's happening here pretty soon, and the status on that, and just some more random thoughts of mine if I can think of it as I go. So anyways, let's talk about Apex and the merger with Enix. So Apex is in fact merging, acquired by Enix. It's essentially where they are taking what it was Apex and merging it with Enix. So Enix has a competitive PC console side, whereas Apex has a mobile competitive side, and we're fusing the two together, combining our resources, more so theirs than our own because they are far more established than we are, and just making something great. And initially we didn't want to do that. We were kind of hesitant to the idea of a merger or just even an acquisition for that matter, because, you know, with that kind of stuff you really have to be very careful, and you really have to find out who these people are, what they have planned, what's their goals and aspirations in general. And so when we were first approached, well, first of all, let me talk about Apex. Apex originally was formed as a community-based guild, not even an organization, just a guild where we had some competitive presence, but before then the esports scene wasn't anywhere near as big as it is. It was all done online, and prize pools weren't very much. There was no live finals until way later. But eventually, because our goals and aspirations weren't much more than that, the guild did dissolve at some point, and we moved over, at least the founders moved over to Gangstars, myself, Nox, Fox, Bentum 1, and Oracle. And we did our thing there. We're part of Gangsters Academy. Although we love the project, we love what it means for the community, we always felt like we missed an opportunity with Apex, because we have a lot going for us as far as resources. We have connections with some of the big sponsors. We have connections as far as SCMC. We have a lot of followings as far as our individual channels. And if we can get a team going, we can actually build a competitive scene. You know, obviously not myself, Ben, Tim, or Oracle, or whoever else we had in the team during the interim. But, you know, if we can get a competitive team that's competent and can perform, we can do quite well in both areas. Content side as well as the competitive side, which is what a lot of organizations don't quite have, or at least at the time. Gangstars now has Gangstars Academy, and then like I think Hammers now has some tournament-based stuff, so that's content side, so that's pretty cool too. Definitely check both of those out. We support all organizations in VG regardless of what organization it is. So definitely check out their individual projects. But yeah, so I'm saying a lot. Sorry, I'm trying to think. I didn't write this down. I wasn't prepared. But so we are merging with Enix. We have a lot in store. We have quite a bit of connections, or I wouldn't say connections, but we have a lot of resources available to us, and we're definitely going to put that to work for the community. And we're super stoked to get it rolling and get it out to you guys, get it announced on our Twitter. If you guys haven't already, follow Enix on their Twitter page, which is Enix GG, EANIX GG. Check them out on Twitter. Follow them, because anything related to our team now, which is now Enix, well, it will be at the end of the season, that is going to be on the Enix page. So there's that. And so as we talked to Enix when they were offering us a merger, or talking the potential of a merger, we were very hesitant. We were like, you know, we don't know if these guys' goals and aspirations align with our own. We want to make sure that we initially wanted to make Apex something huge under the name Apex. Well, we realized Apex was very generalized as far as the name goes, and if you search Apex, all that comes up is League of Legends Apex team. And we're just like, well, great. What are we going to do? So we also had that in the back of our head, too. We needed to rebrand. And so while we were thinking about that, we were also approached by Enix. And they were saying, what they wanted to do with the company. And, they were saying that they're community driven. It's not like some sort of project to grow an immense revenue source for those who are involved. No, I mean, the whole thing is that we're passionate about gaming and we want to involve ourselves in the community revolved around that. And that's where the org comes in. None of us make hardly even any money. I won't even say a single dime in my situation, at least, where we're getting paid to do this. This is all passion work. We are passionate about it, and we do it because we see the potential that can be in the future. I mean, as you guys, if you guys saw the tweet by Gangstars, they also say, esports organizations, they don't build an immense amount of revenue until they get really established. Meaning they have a huge fan base in the tens of thousands, if not more. And that's when you start building some revenue. But yeah, so I mean, even only the biggest organizations really pull in some good numbers, and that's not even what we're shooting for. What we're shooting for is to build something great under a single banner, which is Enix now. We felt like Apex is what we wanted to do it under, but we needed to rebrand. But we felt like the spirit of Apex can remain strong under the name Enix, while still having the same ideals and same aspirations and goals and motivation to grow something within the community and make it awesome for everybody. Whether it's us, you guys, whatever it may be. We want to fully immerse ourselves in the community in any way we can. And that's primarily what our goal is. And so that's what we're going to be doing from here on out. So that is the merger between Apex and Enix, why we did it, and what is happening in the future. Like I said, there's some big project we're working on. I can't announce it, but it's super awesome. And I'm really excited for it. But there's a lot of talking involved when it comes to this project because we have to get people on board, which we're working on, and looking pretty good. So we're pretty excited about this. So there's that. Okay, let's go on to the next topic. Next topic being band. So I always mention this because I want to get you guys involved with me on a personal level. I like to talk with you guys as much as I can, although I've been fairly inactive just because I've been sick. I want to get back into the groove of things, talk with you guys more often, do those streams for band as well, and that's what I'm going to be redoing here in the next week or so. We're also going to do a giveaway on band, $100 worth of gift card giveaways, $10 gift cards, 5 for Google Play and 5 for iOS, so iTunes. And they are international enabled, so you can go ahead and qualify for them if you are in C or EU, whatever it may be. So that is available for you. So I will leave that in the description down below if you want to check out the band. Also, again, check out Enix GG. I'll leave that in the description down below as well. So that is band. Finally, going on to why I've been kind of incognito as far as the content front on my channel. I have been sick. I caught some sort of cold. I don't even know what the difference between a cold and a flu is. I really don't. Maybe it's just the severity. I don't know. I never really put much thought into it. I just said I'm sick. So I got sick, and I came down with like pretty nasty congestion, headaches, and just exhaustion. And I really needed to take a break. So I took a break for 2 to 3 days, as you guys may have saw a week or so ago. I took 2 or 3 days off, and it sucked because I didn't want to, but I knew I needed to recover. I started to recover, and when I did, I started to, get involved with like some of the streams on Knoxbox's streams and such like that. And then, what happened was basically, as I was recovering, I got a sinus infection. So I'm prone to allergies. So when I had congestion and I'm being prone to allergies, from what I've read, it causes a higher chance of getting affected in my sinuses. And I did. So the left side, this is the left side. This is like a mirror image you guys are seeing, but this is my left side. I caught the sinus flu, or not sinus flu, a sinus infection. It started at my nose, like right here. As I blow my nose, I was like, oh, that kind of hurt. And then I realized it started to spread to my eye, and then down to my tooth. And it's just like, God, did I have to go to the dentist? And I was like, no, yeah, I think it's just related to whatever's happening here. And then, of course, because all that pain constantly happening, it gave me a migraine, which is still there. But I'm on, antibiotics now, and it's starting to improve a little by little. But unfortunately, it did spread to the other side too. So now it's both sides, migraines on both sides, pain in both, sinus cavities here, and just down to the tooth. My face looks weird when I do that. But yeah, so that's primarily what happened. I even Googled it. I was like, sinus infection. Where does it affect you, and why? And it was talking about a nerve that goes from, or I don't know if it's a nerve or the cavity, but that area is connected between your nose, your eye, and your upper jaw. And it's exactly as what I was feeling. I was like, that has to be it. So I went into the doctor and I told him, hey, I think I have a sinus infection. And they gave me antibiotics. But yeah. So that's what happened. And then when I got that infection, I took another 2 to 3 days off because I just was not feeling it. I still don't feel it, but I have to work. I have to make a living. So I still have migraines on both sides. I have pain in my face, but it's dissipating slowly and slowly. So hopefully it'll be gone in a week or so. And then I'll be like in full production on content. Well, I think I'll be now, but if I do fault again, that's the reason why. See what else? There is so that's pretty much why I've been incognito for 2 to 3 days at a time. Oh, and then I also wanted to talk about the status on Vainglory. So I need a burp. I was drinking tea. Tea gives me indigestion. I don't know why. I guess it's because it's caffeine, or maybe it's slightly acidic. I don't really think it's acidic. I don't know. It just gives me indigestion. That's all I know. So I'm currently. I was currently like getting myself, on Twitter a little bit more and seeing what's going on in the world of Vainglory, and I've been seeing a lot of toxicity. Whether it's on Twitter, people are fighting. And I was like, that's normal. People don't always agree. But then I also see the trends that are happening on chats, on streams, or just in the forums, Reddit, whatever it may be. And it's just a lot of negativity. And I'm just like, dang, maybe someone needs to speak up. And I'm not saying I speak for anybody here but myself. But I just want to put in my 2 cents. I don't speak for anybody. I don't speak for any of you guys. I speak for myself. And I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of information as far as what I perceive the Vainglory status is right now, based on some of the facts that I have as far as my channel goes. So here we go. So there's a lot of talk about Vainglory is going downhill, whether it's content-based or just player-based. And definitely not player-based. I tell you that much. It's definitely not dropping in player-based. It's still rising. It's just the rate at which it's rising is slowing down. So it's not in the negatives by any means. There's more and more players every day. But what we're seeing is we're seeing a lot of the old content creators, or those who have established their names for themselves over the last year and a half. Those who have been around since beta. And you're seeing some of those people leave. Some of the competitive players, some of the content creators like Gibbs, you're seeing these key figures in the community leave. And so when you're seeing that and they have a large following, everybody sees it. And therefore, it's such a big thing. It's like, for instance, if I suddenly disappeared, not trying to sound cocky, I'm just saying, if I were to just suddenly disappear, there'd be a big gap, right? And so it's like something like that. All these people are equally as important as myself or any of you guys. But the thing is that you guys don't really have necessarily a huge following, unless you're just an amazing person. Not saying you guys are not amazing, you guys are all amazing. But I'm saying those who have established their names in the Vainglory community are the ones that are being seen that are leaving. And it makes it look like that the community is falling apart, but it's really, in a sense it sort of is, but at the same time, the community is still growing and people will fill those spots. So for instance, just use an example, Gibbs left, right? Well, day in, day out, there's more and more new content creators coming about for Vainglory. And one of those are going to strike gold and get that following that Gibbs had. And it's just bound to happen. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. And whether it's some of the channels that have been around for a while that finally get that sudden growth, or some new channel that has amazing content and they get that sudden burst because they do amazing jobs and are producing whatever they produce, the content they produce. There's some pretty talented individuals out there that I've seen do montages. I know there's, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Suyayi. He does like the lol funny, not lol as in League of Legends, but the laughing out loud Vainglory moments. Those are funny as heck, and he has a lot of talent, and he's growing quite fast, and he's starting to fill that gap. And just things like that. People will step up and fill the gap. Streamers, YouTubers, whatever it may be. These key figures, they're leaving, and it's unfortunate, but there will be people to replace them eventually. They can never be fully replaced. I mean, obviously, everybody is valuable in their own way. No one can replace that. But as far as content, there will be eventually someone to fill that gap that was a void. And like I said, it's not like any of us are any more valuable than you guys. It's just the fact that we have a following, which makes it seem like the community is falling apart, but really it's not. It may in a smaller degree, but it will repair itself. And then as far as numbers and growth, Vainglory is not dropping in growth. It's dropping in the rate at which it does grow. So we are reaching a level at which we will continue to grow as a community, but it won't grow exponentially unless something is done about it. Unless there's a sudden spike of interest in the game, or they do advertisements, hence the interest even. Kind of goes in conjunction with each other. But things like that. So it's not plummeting in size. It's just the rate at which it's growing is coming down. I used to average about, I think, 250 to the high 200s of subs per day, and now I'm down to about 125 to 150. So there's definitely a drop in growth. I'm not saying my channel is a proper representation, 100% accurate of the growth of Vainglory, but it is a reference into how the growth of Vainglory is working. It's a small insight, I guess you would say, since I'm the largest channel, so therefore it has the most impact as far as how much growth can we get. Unless my content just sucks that bad, so I'm missing a lot of subscribers because I'm stupid and they don't like me. But yeah, that can factor in it too. But yeah, so that's Vainglory. I still think it's an amazing game. I still think it has a bright future. It's just a matter of ironing out some of the wrinkles, getting things situated, and just getting back on track as far as bringing out that quality content. Because a game can't technically get worse if it's the same exact game but with more content per se, unless that content is handled inappropriately, as in like the content is super buggy and it remains that way, or heroes remain imbalanced. That kind of stuff, it needs to be handled carefully. But at the same time, if there's just more and more content, you should just be happy that there's more and more content. Some games just die out. This game has been around for 2 years almost, and there's more and more content coming out for us to enjoy, and that's amazing. And they're doing it per month, which is crazy. They're putting out multiple skins, more heroes every month. It's just crazy. And if you guys don't know, in the mobile world in general, imbalances are in abundance. It happens in League of Legends and Dota, not comparing the games to Vainglory, but saying in general, in MOBAs, that happens on a regular basis. God, Echo in League of Legends is a nuisance. It's like Vox with resonance, but worse. Just going full tank. I think someone said that in my comment section. Now it's like resonating in my head. So, gotcha. So that's what he said. But yeah, so that's what's happening. Finally, I'm not going to live championships, guys. It's unfortunate. I can't make it. My wife is, in fact, pregnant. She is due in September, and it's too close to the event that I can risk, or I can't risk going to the event when she may be giving labor during those exact days. So I have to not go. And money did factor into it, but then we did have a place to stay, which saved a lot of money. And I was considering it, because it's not really about money anymore because we can afford it. But I was like, you know what? My priority is my wife and my child being born, and therefore I'm not going to live championship. So unfortunately, you won't see me there. But I hope to go to the next one. Yeah. So that's the Bro Talk number 17 or 18. Again, Apex is merging with Enix. Check out Enix on their Twitter, EANIXGG. ENIXGG. That's their Twitter handle. And then I'm also doing a giveaway on Band for $100 worth of gift cards, 5 for iTunes, 5 for Google Play. All $10 gift cards. And then I was sick. That's why I've been kind of sounding different or not uploading content regularly. But I'm back on track. And now Vainglory status. And I'm not going to live championship. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Later.